Welcome to this edition of the St. Mark's Park. Today is Wednesday, December the 23rd, and I am Pastor MP. It is the day before Christmas. And today I was actually going to talk a little bit about my Cleveland Browns and my scarf and my hat and how my mother taught me how to crochet when I was very young. And I learned how to do this little, just make a chain, something that you could maybe put around a Christmas tree for a garland. And over the years then, I learned how to make some simple things like a hat and a scarf and a simple patterned blanket. And so I went looking for my Cleveland Browns sweatshirt, my hoodie, and I realized that I had worn it a couple days in a row and had recently thrown it into the hamper. And I thought, well, just for a video, I can take it out of the hamper, I'll put it on, and then of course it'll go back in the hamper for washing. But as I reached down into the hamper and I picked up my sweatshirt, I realized that it did not smell very good. It had been stuffed down in the hamper with some dirty, smelly socks and some other things that were damp, and so it really didn't smell all that well. And so I resigned myself to not wearing the sweatshirt, but my hat and my scarf would have to suffice. What it made me think of is what I am contemplating about going back to. And I don't mean going back to when we get back to church, going into the sanctuary and getting back to worship, but some of those things in a way that we want to go back to where we were when we go back to worship. Things that I want to return to the way they were before in the future. And I think about the Israelites who were released from slavery in Egypt, and while they were out in the desert, they cried out to Moses and to God, we just want to go back. At least there we had food. We had something to drink. We had shelter over our heads. And they had forgotten about what it was really like in Egypt and what it was like to be enslaved. And so they looked back on those things and thought, well, it wasn't so bad. They were able to gloss over the bad and just remember the parts that were conveniently good to remember as being good. And as it is with my sweatshirt, I remembered how cool it would be to be wearing it in this video, and yet it really reeked of old musty things, of being stale and being placed in that hamper. So the verse that I will leave you with today is Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19, and it basically says the prophet, God and the prophet are saying to us, that even now, God is making a new way. Do we not perceive it? Even now, God is making a new way. Do we not yet perceive it? So I would take these words into the next week or the next 2 weeks, as this will be my last post until January the 6th. I'm going to take one Wednesday off or so here for the holidays. Carl and I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year and blessings and peace, and I will see you again soon.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy